Well, Michelle, it was a very brief appearance. Those three men appearing on charges of pitch invasion as well as failing to comply with the commands of officers there at the stadium. But what is interesting about this case is that of these three, so one of them is a truck driver, the other is a taxi driver, and the other is a rank manager. One of them coming from the Eastern Cape in Bizana as well. And police were telling us earlier that they tracked that gentleman down to his home yesterday, over the past few days at least, before they made that arrest. But the interesting thing here, Michelle, is that all three of them intend to plead guilty to these charges. There were also a few details that came out. I think for most of us that saw the video and were taken aback by the damage that was done to those cameras, to the pitch, to the infrastructure at the stadium, as well as the assault on that security guard, there is now some clarity, because one of those men is directly linked to that attack on the security guard, while the other two are implicated in breaking those cameras that were recording that event on that night.
So Dessen, you spoke to police a little earlier this morning, and the question from a lot of people who saw that pitch invasion unfold live on TV is that so many people are implicated in those videos that we've seen on social media, and they're questioning why so few people were arrested. What are police saying?
Police are saying at this point that they are relying on witness statements, and that in itself is proving to be a challenge for them, because they're wanting people to come forward. And if memory serves, there was something in the region of about 30,000 people, or close to 30,000 people at the stadium on that night, which means that there were surely a lot of witnesses. So police have put out an appeal looking to get those people to come forward and give any information they can. There was also a delay because they were trying to track down those that were injured. Many of them had suffered minor injuries on the night, and they'd been treated and then left without providing any details. So those are the complications that they're facing at this point. They say that the video footage did, however, help them directly link these men to those crimes, and they say that the investigation is still ongoing. So it sounds like at this point that there will be more arrests. At the moment, there are 4 people that are accused of invading that pitch and damaging those cameras, as well as the assault that we saw. One of those men appeared last week, and he's currently in custody. These men, however, are out on bail of 1,000 rand each, but they'll have to be back in court on the 25th of May.
And what kind of sanction are we looking at here, Dessen? Do you reckon there'll be some sort of community service, perhaps a fine?
We'll have to wait and see, Michelle, but just because it was such an unprecedented incident at the Moses Mabhida Stadium, one wonders whether there would be an example that would be set just to prevent anything like this happening again, because it caused such an outcry. In fact, even the magistrate himself at the end, after pronouncing on bail and the bail conditions, he spent a few minutes just talking to the accused and saying that they need to take this time between now and the 25th of May to consider their actions and just talk about and he spoke about the impact that had, to say that now people are worried about going to sports matches. There was such a huge outcry. There's concern over safety at matches, and just this one incident has had all of these repercussions. And he asked them, and he specified, as much as he's not accusing them, or rather he's not pronouncing on them being guilty, he is saying that they need to consider what they've done or what they were involved in on the day, and use this time to do just that.
Yeah, absolutely. Some shocking images coming through on those social media videos that went viral at the time. Thanks very much.